and you've found one of your fires, but you need to find many flames to keep you motivated to push through to achieve the level of success that you're looking for, right? Now, when I was working with Visalis back in the day, I got started with MLM just to make a couple extra bucks. And when you get started, they always want to get you to an event, okay? Because at the end of the day, you know, you hear the line, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Is that they want to get you to one of these events so they can build your belief. That's it. Because if they can build your belief and you believe that you can make $500 a week or $5,000 a month or $50,000 a year or beyond, you're already one step further ahead than you were before you got to one of those big events. And usually, just seeing the amount of people that are there alone is enough to build your belief system. Okay. So when I got to Orlando, reluctantly, I was more there for the hot weather than anything else. I'm only making $50 or $200, you know, every couple of weeks, and I'm thrilled with that because it's paying for my gas. And I see 15,000 people in a lobby, and immediately I'm like, what? I had never been at anything larger than like 50 people or 60 people in a rented out room here in Ottawa, and I thought that was a big deal. And I'm like, what? There's 15,000 fucking people that paid money to come here, hopped on a plane, took a bus, drove 24 hours, whatever it might be. You start to hear the stories. And you hear some people that, you know, they're ho-hummers, and that's fine because ho-hummers are going to find ho-hummers. And the ho-hummers that want to start to do something a little bit better are naturally going to start gravitating towards those types of people. And then if you're a go-getter, you might bump into a couple of people or see a couple of people on stage. You're like, fuck, that's what I want. I want to be up there. And what we often do is that we lump ourselves in the wrong categories based on what it is we think we can achieve. And I'm going to give you this wonderful example of this gentleman that was sitting next to me. The most just, I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but I did. And there is nothing about this kid that's next to me that would make me think that he was anything but a zero. He wasn't dressed well. He was young. He didn't look particularly all that intelligent, whatever it might be. This guy was just sitting in the back with me, and I'm not impressed by him whatsoever. One point he gets up, he disappears. They're celebrating rank achievements up on stage. And back in those times, they were giving away checks for $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, and $100,000 in bonuses for achieving certain levels within a certain period of time. Well, I'm sitting back there, just kind of enjoying the view, not paying too much attention as to what's going on. And this guy sits back next to me. He's there, though, with two different things that he didn't have when he first got up to leave. One was a $5,000 novelty check, and the other one was a $10,000 novelty check. I had 0 novelty checks. That guy was destroying it. He jumped 2 levels. It means he had to have at least $50,000 of volume in his organization. I'm looking at this guy like, what the fuck? Like, I think I have the look. I'm well-spoken. I have the tools. That built my belief. Seeing him do it, I'm like, if this guy can do it, I can do it. And that changed everything for me. And then I started to find my fires. I didn't or wasn't reluctant anymore to go to any event. If there was an event, I was there. If there was a team call, I was on it. Not only that, I'd want to speak on it. I was looking for every chunk of personal development I can find. Jim Rohn, who people had talked to me about for like the previous 6 months that I just didn't give a shit about. All of a sudden, Jim Rohn's my guy, and he is my #1 mentor by far today. right? And I still search out my fires. I look for people that can inspire me, that can teach me, that can help me grow and evolve. I consider work sitting down in front of YouTube and spending an hour and a half and finding out how I can market better on Facebook, right? That's what I did. I can't even remember the dude's name, but I watched it. I put him on my subscribe list, and now I go back and I try to find out more. It's amazing some of the simple things that any seasoned veteran can forget. Common sense solutions. And I consider this to be a common sense solution course, to be quite honest, right? Is there something here that someone is generating $600,000 a year in MLM can learn? Absolutely. Because I promise you they're forgetting a lot of the basics. And the basics just lead into more complex things. So if you've left out some of the basics, then you're not hitting some of the intermediates, and then you're just not performing at your best. And the importance of finding your fires and sticking to them and knowing where they are is the analogy is that you're never left out in the cold. So Jim Rohn calls them winters when you're having a down patch. It's like, what do you do during the winters? You got to find your fires. So you should have those people on YouTube that you're plugging into. So start finding things that excite you, because those are going to be the things that help you grow.
Right.
Okay, so find some people that inspire you.